Hi, this is Monica Alford. I am with Wild Side Media. I'm inside Legacy Sessions today in Adams Morgan with my friends Katie and Claudia.
Hi.
Hi, thanks so much for being here. And we are going to talk about all the cool things that are happening at 18th Street Lounge. But first, I would love for each of them to kind of give the full rundown on who they are and what they do in the city and how they came to be part of ESL.
Cool. Hello, thanks for having me. My name is Katie Partlow. I'm the director of events at 18th Street Lounge, and I'm also an events curator.
My name is Claudia, and I'm one of the members of Leon City Sounds. My husband and I have been DJing together under Leon City Sounds for maybe around 12 years. We have a party at 18th Street Lounge on the third Thursday of the month called Sabor Tropical, along with Jim Thompson, who DJs under the name of Crown Vic. And it's an all-vinyl, tropical, Latin, vintage night at 18th Street Lounge. That's what we're doing now.
Yeah, that sounds dope. Well, jumping right in, because I have individual questions for both of you, of course. But so I had just asked before we got started how long you've known each other, been working together. Can you walk us through, like, how many events you've done together and about how long you've known each other?
Sure. So I got involved with 18th Street Lounge in the last 6 months. They wanted somebody to come in and help with event curation and also kind of managing a lot of the event inquiries that come in that are either corporate events, birthday parties, special events, micro weddings. So I actually don't...
What's a micro wedding?
A micro wedding is just a super small wedding. So
I've never heard that term.
Yeah, so anything like 50 people or under.
Got it.
So
Okay,
if someone
good.
wants to have something super intimate,
Yeah.
we've done that up on the patio and in our upstairs lounge space. So we can kind of do it all, flexible space. Actually don't program the DJs. One of our owners, Freed, does. So I've actually not gotten to work directly with Claudia besides just kind of helping with newsletter promotion, social media promotion.
Gotcha.
But I understand she's been working with 18th Street Lounge for maybe over close to 10 years now.
Wow. You're an OG. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've DJ in the old location, original location, and we had recently, I want to say maybe 3 or 4 months ago, joined the new 18th Street Lounge at Shaw DJ rotation. It's been very refreshing to be at the new space, just getting to meet new faces, and bringing what we do. So basically the idea of our night is to present a mix of songs that maybe you connect through nostalgia because you miss home. I'm originally from Peru, so a lot of the music I collect is from Latin America. But at the same time, we also want to give it a spin and present songs that you may not hear on the radio. Let's say you've heard cumbia, you've heard salsa, but our intent is to show you the genre, but songs that you may not be heard overplayed or you may have not heard on the radio. So I believe that is something very special that we're thankful that 18th Street Lounge give us that platform to just show a different face of music, all of these genres that, sometimes they can be overplayed because you can hear it on, big spaces, but there's more out there, more to present. And just the space is great because you get a very diverse crowd, not only in age, but also like background and like cultural. So it's very good to have these genres like connect people of different backgrounds.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to ask next, like what you do differently with that night at ESL versus other, because I know you have all sorts of cool DJ nights around the city.
So
but,
the cool thing about 18th Street Lounge is that we've realized that we have a public that likes to dance. So it's a perfect space to throw in like Latin soul, Latin boogaloo, some salsa there, but also like some cumbia. So it's just that space where you have great dancers and people that just want to have fun, want to have a good time, want to build a small community, come talk to you and, get to know you. That has been honestly great.
Yeah, I love that. Well, I mean, Katie and I both grew up in the area, so we're those like rare unicorn people that stayed but actually do fun things here. Know that we, well, I mean, we've lived in other cities, right? But we still came back. But I mean, I'm always very excited. I'm part Mexican, even though I don't look like I might be. But I certainly am so proud of growing up in Northern Virginia, and the Central and South American population is like huge, right? And so I remember having so many friends growing up, and even post-college moving back, and they were like, there's nowhere to go to dance, to music from Central and South America, and then to have it be vinyl and like, kind of this retro element on top, I think is really, really niche for DC, and for what a big population we have. I think that's really cool.
Honestly, like my biggest compliment on the night is like, oh, I'm trying to Shazam that song and I cannot find it. It's because certain songs you can only find them on records, and that is kind of what we are bringing to 18th Street Lounge.
Yeah.
Music that you may not find on Spotify sometimes, or on any digital platform.
Right.
And that you may have to travel to those countries to actually get those records.
Yeah.
So it's a whole journey where you're not only exposed to music, having a good time and drinking, you're also connecting like historically, culturally to this, environment.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the coolest, I think.
I've never said this before, but I will admit it now. I always get annoyed with people that are like too cool for school about music. Like, oh, you don't know this B-side from this person. But I think Shazam is lazy. And I always judge people when they do it. I'm like, come on, guys. Like, but if you don't speak Spanish, though, or Portuguese, it's like, well, I would just have to ask somebody because, but if I'm at like Showtime and it's like somebody like Baby Alcatraz, then I'll just like, if I like it, I just remember whatever the hook is and then I Google it later. Like a normal person, like an old millennial, that's what I do.
Yes.
So, but anyway, so I give people, everyone does Shazam, but I'm like, come on, guys, you can like figure it out,
You can figure it out.
But
or
it's
just
so cool.
talk to the DJ.
That's right. There you go.
Friends.
Yeah,
of
exactly,
course.
exactly. Do you have any like cardinal like rules as a DJ? Like, don't touch my shit, or like no requests, or no requests at the micro wedding at ESL. Okay.
Actually, the no request is one of the things.
Yeah.
I always welcome the good request. If it's something that I have on my crates, something that I brought on a record, or something that has to do with the party, I may have the song you want, and if I do, I'll play it because that means that person has great taste. But usually, we always joke, no requests, because the night goes beyond entertainment. I'm not only entertaining and making people dance, I'm also curating music for the night. So it's a concept that I'm bringing and that I'm presenting. And that is the reason why we prefer to take no requests when it comes to songs.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you do anything with Som Records? I feel like that's the one I know that does the most of like vintage
so
Latin.
actually we've known Neil for a long time, and we've done multiple parties around the city with Neil and DJ together. We love him. He's an amazing, not only record collector, an amazing DJ, and obviously owner of Some Records, which is one of my favorite record stores in the area. Just because he has so much variety of music that is not easy to find. So big respect to Neil. He's been DJing forever and just holding down Some Records with amazing selections there.
Yeah. So do most of your selections not come from local record shops then? Do you kind of like how do you source
sometimes
everything?
Yes, sometimes we just travel and find things. Sometimes we get to know other DJs. We sometimes swap records. If I have, let's say, a double, I'll swap with another DJ that I know that I may have traveled to a country that I have not traveled.
Right.
So it can get tricky because again, some of the records you're looking for can only be found in particular countries. So we've been to. I'm from Peru, so we go to Peru often to kind of refresh our stash of records. We visit family, visit friends, dig some records to bring to our parties. So yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So I know you both have varying degrees of years working with Fareed or knowing him, and I feel like he's like a DC institution. Like everybody knows his name. I know he's not like he's too cool to do do an interview with us. But can you like talk a little bit about like how you feel like he shows up in the community, whether it's for music or other forms of entertainment, like the ESL being such a institution.
Of course.
Yeah. So I grew up around here, as you mentioned, and
Sorry, I
would
outed
go
you.
to. That's okay. Would go to ESL since out of high school, college time. So that space was special to me, just to go and see live music, to see DJs, and I joined the team fairly recently, but so I've only gotten to know him on a personal level in the last few months. But I can see, he truly cares about creating a space where people can come and dance and come and experience music, and even giving people opportunities who are, you know, newer to DJing. So I truly believe he's, you know, trying to create a space where those who love music and those who love dancing can continue to come and gather, and he's not trying to, you know, gouge with like hiking up drink prices, which seem to be happening in a lot of the clubs around the city. So I think it's a very special space, and I'm glad that they've chosen to reopen, because in 2020 they closed the original location at 18th in Connecticut, and now we're over in Shaw. So it's nice to see some of the old faces again, and to bring in some new folks. Recently started working with Tony from DMV Kiki Nights to produce like a ballroom event, which is, you know, new to the ESL space, but we work a lot within the dance community. So it's been nice to see that event grow as well. So it's just nice to have his support and, you know, what I want to do creatively and what other people want to do creatively.
Yeah, and Tony's nights have been wildly popular, right?
Yeah.
They've looked stacked. And Claudia, if you don't know this, we just co-produced a Walk on the Wild Side Pride party at Dock 5 and the Plaza behind Union Market in June, and Tony did a voguing class, which was really fun. It was really cute. So he got a bunch of folks hype, and we have some great photos from it. You know, I think he got some, maybe not wallflowers, but people that probably wouldn't normally go out on the runway and strut their stuff to do it. So that was really fun to see. Yeah, good confidence booster. So yeah. So do you either of you know like kind of the impetus for reopening, and like why Shaw and why Fareed was like, I'm bringing this back, it's time? Like, was there some kind of catalyst of seeing a resurgence in nightlife, or just being like, just kidding, I actually don't want to retire this because we need it in DC? And if you don't, that's okay.
I don't really know if he was just not ready to be done or not.
Yeah, well, I'm glad he wasn't.
So
I'm glad he wasn't, because I think Street Lounge is honestly an institution, not only for people that like to go and dance and have a good time and listen to good music, also for DJs.
Yeah.
That's like the house for like many very talented DJs in the city. And just working with Fareed as a DJ is a pleasure, because you need that type of owner that is not only managing, let's say, on the operational level, but is also like giving space for DJs to showcase what they have to present and respect their individual styles, and really appreciate and love music. He's a music lover, and I feel like that is what makes a good owner, especially if you are in the entertainment industry. Someone that actually loves music, that loves arts. That's what we need in the city.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. More Fareeds, for sure.
Yeah,
and that diversity you were talking about, of both like, you know, audience and, you know, different backgrounds, or age and different backgrounds that come to your night. Do you feel like that's what you usually see?
So I feel like this is we reflect this in who we are as Leon City Sounds. I'm a half of Leon City Sounds. I'm originally from Lima, Peru. The other half is my husband, who was born and raised here, grew up in Alexandria, you know, DC. So I guess musically, our goal has always been to build a bridge, musically and culturally. He comes from, both of us come from like a punk background. He grew up very connected with the punk hardcore scene here in DC. So we always wanted to create that bridge. We want to connect with not only people that don't speak Spanish but like the music, and kind of make it accessible to them, but also for people that may not have grown up listening to these danceable rhythms and maybe come from a more alternative background but are interested and want to learn. So I feel like in many ways we are always working hard to create this dialogue, and luckily we have spaces like 18th Street Lounge where we can do that.
Yeah, that's very cool. Can you walk us through a few of the other nights that you do around the city, or afternoons, mornings?
Yeah, no, of course. So every third Thursday of the night, we are at 18th Street Lounge, Sabor Tropical. That's our night. Every first Saturday of the month, we are down the street in the Green Zone. That's our tropical beat party. We've had that party for, I want to say, 4 or 5 years since Green Zone opened post-pandemic. We also have certain nights at Mars Cafe, Mount Pleasant, cute neighborhood bar, and just, you know, party where you really connect with the neighborhood people is called Tropical Heat Dome. I guess our parties are not only a great space to dance, for us personally, it's a joy to connect with other selectors, other DJs, and it's a joy for me to DJ with other talented music collectors and DJs, because you learn from others and you sometimes listen to things you have never listened to.
Right.
So it's just great. And just knowing that we're all in this because we all love music is amazing.
Yeah. This is really trippy. It just happened like in real time. All of a sudden, right as Katie was talking about Tony,
Yes.
he arrived, and here he is.
Hey,
So,
everybody.
thanks for joining us, Tony.
Thank you.
We have lots of questions for you, but before we get started, Katie was starting to tell us not only about how successful some of the Kiki Nights have been, all the Kiki Nights have been
Yes,
recently,
all of them.
and a little bit about the August 25th one, and
Cannot wait.
how she's going to bring out her inner Scorpio, which I'm very excited for, and also said weeknight 6 to 10, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I had a photographer there who was still there at like 1 in the morning. I'm like,
Yes.
weeknight, okay,
Yes.
6 to 10, got it. Right, this is late.
We changed the times.
Yeah, but before we dig into learning more about Kiki Nights, can you just speak a little bit about some of the other programming you're hoping to bring to ESL or that you might have in the works, just so we can like get even more excited about things?
Yeah, so one of the things that I always loved about 18th Street Lounge was that it, not only had amazing DJs and dancing, but there was live music as well. I used to always see CI, Wednesday nights, reggae, and I've, been talking with the owners about how that was sort of an ingredient that I missed from the old space that I would love to see at our new home in Shaw. So we've been brainstorming around some live bands that we'd love to see who are local or who kind of travel a lot into DC, bring some like international music back into the space. So working on that, which I'm very excited about because I think it adds to the space. You see a lot more, it's known as a dance space. So if we have some live music and dancing on one level, DJs on another, it kind of will be the special ingredient to, I think, 18th Street Lounge that we're, would love to see there again. And then, coming up in the fall, we've talked about having some Halloween parties and some, special holiday events and,
Maybe a cult classic. or
yeah,
something
maybe a
like
cult
that.
classic. But bring in some more of those talented people, burlesque, drag, artists, entertainers, opera singers, you name it. So we want to have, some fun events.
Cool, love it. Okay, Tony, you're on. Tell us everything. We want to know. We also talked about your voguing class already and how fun it was to see
Yes.
folks that maybe weren't exactly wallflowers, but certainly were not used to strutting their stuff,
Well,
And, yeah.
I definitely consider myself a wallflower. I've definitely have transformed into, from a caterpillar to a butterfly. And so I use my journey as an example. I always say in my classes, if I could do it, because I'm a bigger black guy, you could do it too. And so I kind of lead with that with everything that I do. And so I'm just kind of happy that we can move from starting in the libraries and rec centers and being outside to actually being in actual DC, DMV spaces and venues, and just kind of elevating the art of Vogue and sharing the history of ballroom and just providing safe spaces for LGBT people and their allies has been kind of the main focus and the mission. And so we kind of do that in many different ways. And so it could be a class, or it could be a ball, it could be a party, it could just be anything, And so DMV Kiki Nights really try to package that and be the gateway for new people to enter into ballroom. If they want to learn about ballroom, if they want to just have fun and watch and support, we can definitely direct you to where you need to be. If you want to throw a ball, we have MCs, we have commentators, we have dancers, we have models. So we kind of a wide array of entertainment, and we're just excited to, take things to the next level.
Yeah, very
Yes.
cool. Well, I kind of heard from Katie's perspective why ESL is a great, location for
Yes.
Kiki Nights, but can you talk a little bit about what that experience has been like so far, why that venue might be the right vibe? We've also talked about how diverse the audiences are that come out for
Yes.
some of Claudia's dance nights and like all of the programming, so.
So, like I told you, it's all about transformation. I started in the libraries and like rec centers, and so as a mobile DJ, I provide the entertainment. I bring the party to you. I bring speakers and microphones, and so it's always been a big deal about me actually DJing in a DC club and having a residency. And so, but ballroom has taken over my life. And so now it's like trying to find a space to be able to create culture and then also be authentic to, you know, my purpose and my mission. And so having a safe space to be able to do what we need to do, it's been really, really interesting. But of course, we have challenges. And so a lot of times we are discriminated because we're sexual minorities, or we may be people of color, or we just lack the resources, the finances, or the support and access to be able to occupy these safe spaces. And so it's really cool to be able to walk into ESL, and I know Katie probably was looking at me like, who is this person walking into my club? But she didn't judge me, and she looked at me and she gave me a chance. And when I was able to give her my, you know, my dream, she took it and actually brought it to life. And I think that that is the biggest gift that I think the ESL gives us. Is just they're like, okay, this is not our normal programming, but we're going to give you a shot. And I think that that is like paramount here, because I've been to many different venues in the DMV, and it's either one thing will fall out the bottom or the next thing will fall out the bottom. And it's like, okay, when are we going to get something that actually is consistent? It feels right. And so all of the feedback that I've been getting has been really, really positive, and I just can't wait to take things to the next level, because balls are late. Like, they're going to be in a hotel or a big venue, and it's going to be until 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, you think 1 o'clock is late. A lot of big balls don't end until the next morning.
Yeah.
And so it's just having that accessibility and being at a regular club and just normal respect. Because I think a lot of other genres is a little bit more edible for the community. And so I think that ballroom is a space for all people. But until we have spaces that's going to be consistent like ESL, it's going to be hard for new people and existing people to be able to show off the benefits of ballroom.
Right. Yeah. So it sounds like a brick and mortar that supports that is
Yes,
of paramount, importance. That's awesome.
I agree.
Very cool. Okay, Claudia, are you ready for?
I'm
okay.
ready.
Okay. So we're coming back to a question from earlier.
Yeah.
What was my question again? I was asking if you could have a. Do you have a dream collab with a musician or a music venue or a cool space or another DJ or multiple, and we're going to put it out in the universe to manifest it and make it
Sure.
happen?
All right, if it happens, that'll be amazing.
Yeah.
So honestly, I've seen museums open at night. I would love to have one of those spaces to bring our music and our people and our friends, music lovers and dancers, to just join us at night at the museum, dancing to like some cumbia and some salsa and some boogaloo. I feel like that would be like a great space. We have worked in the past with like the Smithsonian. Actually, last month I DJ at a hotel, their closing party. I want to say maybe 7, 8 years ago, when the theme for Folk Life Fest was Peru. We DJ there as well for them. But just having our music be in a museum setting at night would be great. That's what I would love.
I think we can make that happen.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Totally.
This is the power. This is the power behind it. We're gonna
Well,
do
I
it.
want to be there, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, I love it. What about like a dream, like vinyl that you've been looking for, like a musician or a country represented that most people don't think of for like really fun, funky retro music? Like, what would be like a diamond in the rough for you to like walk into a record store and find?
Honestly, I would love to find more Peruvian cumbia. I feel like Latin American music is hard to find in record stores. So if I were to walk into a record store and I find, like, let's say, cumbia amazonica, cumbia from like the Amazon of Peru on the crates, I'll be like, oh my gosh, dream come true.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's the part of the show where you guys are just going to tell me what you have coming up in August. We already know about August 25th.
Yes.
From 6 to 10.
Be
at
there.
ESL. What is everyone's zodiac sign? Just so I can kind of imagine. I know Scorpio. I don't know if I knew that about you. Like most of the people I love in business and life, like very closely, that challenge me the most were Scorpio. So I was like, that makes sense. But what about you two? What are your zodiac signs?
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius power.
Okay,
Yes.
all
Okay.
right.
Fist bump.
Nice. Love it.
I'm sorry. What's your day?
20th, December 20th.
I'm December the 11th.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Awesome.
amazing.
What's your zodiac sign?
Yes.
I'm a Gemini.
Come on, Gemini.
And I'm a June Gemini, so
I
I'm
know
like,
that's
I'm real
right.
deal. And Judy Garland is my birth has my birthday. So I'm like, and my birthday's Pride. So I feel like that's like the craziest, zaniest, queerest of them, like, you know, zodiac of it all. Yeah.
I love it. We've been researching the animals for each sign, and
Yeah.
so my house is getting ready to prepare. They already been Amazon in and pricing things out, so they cannot wait to storm ESL.
Okay, well, we were talking about Cult Classic Halloween a little bit before
Yes.
because I did that Halloween party, which was so fun.
Yes.
And my girlfriends that were the leads of the band, they did the Shining Twins,
Oh,
and it was
wow.
so
my
great.
God.
And so, I mean, I think you should have all the Geminis come as like duos, you know? That'd be so
Right.
fun
That would
because
be
it's like, you know,
cool.
Yeah.
or the duality, like the yin
Or
to yang
half
or
and
something.
half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That'd be really fun.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
thought, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's happening August 25th. We're all gonna be there. It's gonna be great. What else is coming up in August for everybody? It's August, guys. Woof.
Yeah,
I know.
actually, Saturday, August 3rd, we have our monthly party
Yes.
at it's our tropical beat party at the Green Zone.
Cool.
We have
Oh.
that coming up, and of course, third Thursday of the month, 18th Street Lounge.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. And Katie? Oh, sorry, you go.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Katie.
Oh, okay. So we have music every week, Wednesday through Sunday.
Yes.
We have some folks who are there on a weekly basis, folks who are there on a monthly basis.
Yes.
And I'd say you definitely want to tune into our Instagram, tune into our newsletter that I've started to promote. And
What's your Instagram handle?
so it's 18th Street Lounge, 18th Street, and then Lounge.
Cool.
To see what we have going on. Definitely have some amazing DJs who are touring, who are regular, sounds you might not get to see, some different groups that perform together and then sometimes curate different artists who are going to come in and out. So it's really fun to see, DC's best of the best, I think, come do some fun dancing. And then, hopefully soon in the next few weeks, we'll bring in some live music as well. So,
Cool.
yeah, looking forward to that.
All right, Tony, it's you. You get to close it out.
All right, DMV Kiki Lights. Every Tuesday we have beginners vogue class. It is in Northeast DC. You have to RSVP for the location. Of course, we have ESL the last Sunday of every month. We're going to also be at Trade Bar the last Thursday of every month. And crossing my fingers, we got a new location by Rhode Island Avenue. We're going to possibly be at Kraken Pickleball. I'm not sure if y'all know about that, so I could that's a scoop for your podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll definitely want y'all to check out DMV Kiki Lights, ESL, and tell me your Instagram as well.
So you can find us under Leon City Sounds on
Yes.
Instagram and follow our upcoming events. We always have new things coming here,
Because I want to come to the party.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. Yeah.
I want to go get working on that museum party
Oh,
that we're
yeah.
going to have.
Let's
We'll
make
have a
it
voguing
happen.
class. You can add in burlesque or some other extra
Totally.
interesting element. And let's do
Night
it.
at the museum.
Yeah.
Dancing
That would be
Cumbia.
amazing.
That would be really fun.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe Hispanic Heritage Month. Could be a good
Yeah.
time.
October.
Yeah.
for
Or
sure.
sooner. We'll see.
Or sooner.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what am I saying? It's August. Next year.
Next
year.
year.
This is a 2025 goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much for being here.
No
Thank you
problem.
for having
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, of course. I'm excited to hang out with everybody at ESL. Cool.
Thank you.
All right.